Okay, so I guess that clock is wrong, so my phone's telling me it's after 6:30. So, yeah, so I guess, we call meeting to order. Alex, you ready? Alex, you ready? Let's say pledge of allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, James.
All right, I've got three. Only one of them was technically in Pompey, Betty Zerker. Which actually lived the last 3 years in Florida, but she used to be very avid in the historical society in the Pompey Women's Riding Club and lived on Hannaberry Road. So we wish her family condolences. And other ones that were kind of close but live in Fabius were Linda Hill and Edna Wheeler. I mean, it's close. Someone gave me their names, so I wanted to recognize them and their families, which are in the community. So let's give them a few seconds of silence, please.
Okay, so we're gonna go into a continuation of the public hearing for the Mapstone property. Do we have anybody here that for public comment on that hearing? Okay, I make a motion, we close the public hearing on the Mapstone property.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, aye, motion passes. Okay. Good. So now we have to do seeker, right, Dave?
Yes,
What's next?
yeah, so what I will do is there's 11 questions. It's an unlisted unscheduled. So I will read you these 11 questions. There's two answers. One is no or small impact may occur. One is moderate to large impact may occur. So and I'll need to have each of you say whatever your answer is, okay? First one is, will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulation? No, you've all been provided the information, right?
Yeah.
So
We all
why don't we
have,
just go down the line?
No,
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 Second, will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of use of land?
no,
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 No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community?
no,
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 No.
Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area?
no,
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 No.
Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities?
no,
no.
no,
No.
I think you skipped number 5.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level or traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walking?
no,
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 No.
Will the proposed action impact existing public or private water supplies,
no,
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 No.
public-private wastewater treatment utilities?
no, no,
No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources?
no,
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 No.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources, for example, wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora, or fauna?
no,
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 No.
Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems?
no,
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 No.
Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health?
no,
no.
No.
Okay, so based on those answers, I provided the board, and Nikki, I think you have it as well. The secret,
Is unlisted action.
yes. And it's a secret resolution zone change that you guys, that I forwarded to you, or my office forwarded to you. So what that secret resolution zone change does is sets out various different things such as the land description that we needed from the last time. What happened here tonight, the questions that I've asked and the answers. And you can read through it. There's certainly no need to put that on the record. But if it's acceptable, if you want to vote on the resolution, then Nikki will sign it on behalf of the town.
I make a motion to approve the seeker zone change resolution.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Are these the same?
There's two.
No,
Okay.
Okay, then
This one,
Okay.
this one. Here. Okay. Well, I guess any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any against? No, okay, motion passes.
and the second resolution that you have is, as you know, when you change zoning, you're changing the law. So this is a resolution amending the local law to enact the zone change that you're voting on tonight. So, and again, if you read the resolution, it has the meets and bounds description of the property, the events leading up to it, the public hearing, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a resolution that, again, Nikki will sign and then have to submit it to the state for the local law change. So that's the second resolution.
make a motion to approve resolution for amending local law to enact zone change.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, motion passes. Yeah, I was gonna say during the public comment part, we did get a letter from one of the neighbors, but I forwarded it to the planning board because they're the ones that deal with the issues in the planning board stage. It's not a zoning issue. So that's why I'm letting you know I did that. Okay, so what's next? Accountant's report.
Everybody should have a copy of the January supervisor's report, so I'd like to request a motion to approve that.
Make a motion to accept the supervisory report from January.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes.
Second, request a motion to approve the supervisor's bank reconciliation report for the month of January, which is also included in that packet.
I'll make a motion for the bank reconciliation for the supervisors report for January.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, the town has now completed, tax collection for its portion of the taxes, so I think there's some money that has to be moved still into the supervisor's account, and once that happens, and once we pay, quite a bit of bills here, this month, the rest will, get transferred over to NICLAS. The 2025 annual report, that's complete. It's been submitted to New York State, so they do their review. And we should find out probably next month or 2 or 3 that that's been accepted, but that's fairly straightforward and nothing out of the ordinary. So
Good.
Yep,
Thank you for getting us through the process.
no problem.
Walking me through the website.
Not a problem. And that's all I have. It's too early for any budget recommendations. Everything's looking good so far. So
Nikki, clerk's report.
Yeah, I actually have 2 sets of meeting minutes that I'm looking for acceptance. So they're both January 15th, but one's the organizational meeting and then one's the regular meeting minutes.
Separate motions, right?
I mean, up to you guys.
Unless anybody, if somebody has an objection or a change to one or the other, you do it separately, but otherwise you can do it together.
Make a motion to accept the clerk's report from January.
The meeting minutes.
Meeting minutes, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Second,
I'll second it.
any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nikki, what about the minutes that I wrote up for?
Yeah,
grant?
I left here at almost 5 and I didn't get to those ones today, so I can add those to the next month.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the special meeting that you had on Sunday.
Yeah, we did have a special meeting, so I took minutes. We just have to get them drawn up and posted.
It was technically in February.
Was it?
Yeah, it was February 1st.
Thank you for that, Bill.
So,
Right,
no harm, no foul.
Yes, I'm looking for board acceptance of my bank reconciliation reports for both the town clerk and tax collector accounts for January.
I'll make a motion that we accept the bank reconciliation report for the town clerk and the tax collector for January.
1 second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Okay,
I prepared all the vouchers, so I'm looking for a motion, the approval of bills.
I make a motion for the payment of the bills.
I'll second it.
any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Oh, motion carries.
Yeah.
I got lost. I'm thinking of the Sats bill.
Okay,
I was like, wow,
that was big.
it was very big.
Yeah.
Okay, code officers report. We do have a copy of the code officers report. It's not here, right? It was posted on the website, correct? And stays busy.
I make a motion to approve the code officers report.
A second. Okay.
Any discussion?
Mhm.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Highway superintendent.
2026 Earth Day has been set for Saturday, April 25th. Same thing, electronics recycling, paper shredding, tire disposal, and batteries will all be accepted. Watch our website and we'll post the updates and everything, all the rules and stuff as we get closer.
Will that be here in the parking lot?
Yep.
Yeah, what was that again? It was electronics.
Electronics, the Earth Day, electronics, paper shredding, tire disposal, and batteries. We take old batteries.
This has been a fantastic event
Yeah,
every year.
Every year it gets
has.
better.
It's scrap metal too, right, or no?
yep, we'll take scrap metal,
Didn't the Boy Scouts reach out?
bikes, whatever you got.
The Boy Scouts
The
reached
Boy
out.
Scouts reach out, want to do can drive or something.
Yeah, they want to set up bottle and can and have a bottle and can drive up in the parking lot.
I think they did last year, didn't they?
Mhm.
First year, but Johnny Chrysler plans on doing that again.
Yeah.
Is there any chemical or paint or paints? And that's not included?
No.
Okay, no.
The highway department is operating as expected. We're moving along nice. We're good on salt, good on sand. At this point, we got about 76 trips in for the
We
year
have
so
winter.
far. Yeah,
We are
Yeah.
having winter.
we are having winter, so, with last year was about 90 trips altogether. So I think we'll probably top that a little bit, but other than that, we're doing good. Breakdowns are to a minimal and keep on plugging, knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. I can tell you, my end of town's been real happy.
Good.
Everybody's excited for the work you guys are doing and keeping the roads clean.
Hunter and I almost ran Jim over the other day, but that Jim was crazy.
What's it? We're using a lot. You want to get it? You gotta get the coffee, man.
I just signed the insurance policy.
I did see one mailbox down, but it was on the county.
It was a county.
Guys are better.
Yeah, we get it.
The Wigan.
I've had a couple times I wanted to call you, but I didn't.
Okay.
It's like, dang it.
Anything else, Pierre?
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, supervisors report. It's been a busy month for me, so bear with me. I did a lot this month. So on the list, cyber insurance, I'm filling out the paperwork now. We have to renew our cyber insurance policy. So that's in the works. The Central New York stormwater, we actually have to make a motion to, everybody should have gotten this, pass the stormwater color.
$3,600.
Yep, so, right, 3,600?
Yeah. It's not due till June, I think, right? In June? I remember.
It is done every year.
Yeah, we do it every year. I've got the paperwork, so
No, just saying it wasn't due till June, I think, if I read it correctly.
I don't wait.
All right.
I need to,
There's no such a thing as time value of money.
What do you think, Jim? Should we wait till June and get the interest on that money? Okay, so I guess we will table this until.
That's the resolution.
Yeah, you can.
Let's pass it.
Let's pass through.
Okay, so I need to,
I'll make a motion that we pay the stormwater drain bill. However, instruct Jim to wait until it's due.
Well, let's pass the resolution too.
should we clean that resolution up a little
Yeah, that
bit?
was ugly, sorry.
Okay, I make a motion, a resolution to sign the Central New York Stormwater Coalition contract to be paid prior to June of 2026.
I'll second it. Thank you.
Any
I
discussion?
already had it on.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. It says you can't have fun. Before we, let's go right to the next topic. We're not ready to vote on anybody sitting up here, but I thought we should have a discussion on if we're gonna fill the vacancy and maybe how to do that. Okay, so I'm up for suggestions from everybody about what you think, if it should be filled and how you think it should be filled. All right, so.
Okay.
James?
Well, I mean, I'd like to fill it if we can come to an agreement on filling it. I've thought about this. I have, I have floated around and checked and see if there were any names, and one person I did, which I will bring up, and I know there's others, and I, as far as anything on this, I would like to, I am for discussion on it, not really looking to vote on it, but I would like to, get people's opinions of, and I would like to hear if there's other names to, just get thoughts, maybe at some point get like resume of the people, any names that do come up, so we could kind of look through some things, and if there was an agreement, maybe we could vote on something. If we end up, I know it's kind of a split board here, we're 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats. So this could be a split thing, and if it is, we've already proved we can function without another board member, but if we could come to a thing, or maybe there would be a non-Republican or non-Democrat that we could nominate, but I don't know, I'm just, I would like to at least have discussions on people and get thoughts, and I think we probably might be able to find somebody. The one name that I talked to in person and said he would be interested is Craig Dennis. He told me he is not interested in running for the board. He would only fill it to, just to, take care of the thing, which, my thought on that, it's like, yeah, I know there's already one candidate announced going to be running for the board. Yeah, I could bring his name up, but in my opinion, if you're going to be running, it's not likely to get 3 votes off of this board here to put you on. So it's like, let the political process play itself out with anybody that wants to run. If we were going to possibly put somebody on, it's probably got to be someone that just wants to do it for the sake of the town and not because they want to run for the office. So, and Greg is the one name that I have talked to and would be willing to do it in that manner. So I have that. Somebody else has somebody.
Dave?
Yeah, I'd like to fill it as well. I think the board is comprised of 5 members for a reason. And I think I'd reached out to Craig as well. He's, real active in the community. He's a farmer. He's right over here. He's real active in the fire department. I know they have a good working relationship with them through the fire department. He's at the pancake breakfast all the time, working there. And I think he has obviously a solid family understanding of the board, since his father was a major contributor for a lot of years. And I think Craig would do a fine job. As James said, he's not interested in running long-term. So I think it would be an easier discussion to have as opposed to somebody that is running.
Okay, Phil?
Yeah, so my thought was we would all come up where each board member could nominate at least one person to come up and we would give them an opportunity to speak in front of the board. That way the public gets a chance to hear what they have to say, what their ambitions. I'm not necessarily for somebody who doesn't want to run next fall. I think it would actually be a benefit to give them the experience and put them on the board now. Then they run in next fall. Then the voters decide whether they want to continue that path or not. I would suggest that if we can't fill it by, say, July, we just bag it and just wait till the election happens, and then whoever wins the election, we just appoint them to the board early, a couple of months early, since the election will be before the November board meeting. And as far as voting, I don't know if we want to say we need a majority, we need three, is two and then 2 1s. Does that put the board person on the board, or do we have to have 3 people say yay, or? I don't know what.
That's a legal
the
thing,
process
takes
is.
3, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
you have to have a majority of the existing board. So there's 4 of you.
So we'd have to
You
have
have
3.
to have 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Which might be more difficult. And since everybody else is named, if you don't mind, I would like to put Lisa Miles up for it. She attends almost every board meeting and she's very knowledgeable about the goings on in the town. I think she'd make an excellent candidate to be on the board. As long as you haven't changed your mind, Lisa.
Thank you, Phil.
Okay, and I was out there. I was under the first philosophy that I thought I wanted to get out there as somebody I was interested in running. And don't really see that, but I was thinking about Stan offered to do it, Stan Heck. He attends almost all the meetings as well. So he's been involved, very knowledgeable about the stuff that's going on in the town. So it sounds like we have some candidates. So we just have to decide what process that we want to take, whether we want to meet with them one-on-one, whether we want them to attend a board meeting and
Yeah.
Maybe next month's board meeting,
prepare
put that on the
something
agenda.
or.
Dave, is there a best practice based on the other towns you work with when you have to fill a vacancy?
Well, so filling a vacancy is subject to open meetings law. So it wouldn't be appropriate, for instance, for anybody to meet with 3 of you. Or,
Okay.
it could, you could do it if the person met one-on-one with each of you at different times. Or you could just have a discussion at a board meeting, however you want to do it, but just remember that the process is subject to open meetings law.
How did it work when you got appointed?
Honestly, Renee called me and said, do you want to do this? I said, yeah, and I'd be happy to. Even though they had no idea what I was getting into. And
Well,
yeah, and I got voted in through that board. And then that was it.
Yeah,
And it was, I think, June and the election was in November, so,
right.
it wasn't that far off from what Phil was talking about.
Yeah, just like appointing somebody like September or October if they don't want to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a big issue. I mean, and I had some subject matter expertise in it, so I felt like it could add some value to the board at that point. So I think that's why she reached out to me.
And anybody that is appointed, I'll double check it, but I'm quite certain has to run again in the fall.
Well, they're required to.
Right, to continue that. So
Yeah, it's only up until the end of the year you can.
Right.
they would serve until end of the 26th.
And then it would be for the remaining term of the person that was vacated. So it would be the remaining term that you and I,
Right.
right.
So that would be one more year.
Yeah, so whoever runs this, and the one this year would have to run again the year after.
I know how that works.
Yeah.
Experience.
They, just a clarifying question from what you said. So you said they would have to run for next year, but are you saying if we put somebody in, you're going to require them to try to get on the ballot?
They have,
I'm not.
To continue, but if you can't do an interim appointment and then in December, they just say, I'm done. And walk away.
Well, if you.
That's what I was asking, is that what
Yeah,
you were
just to be
saying?
clear, if you appointed person A, as a result of that appointment, serves until the end of 26.
Right.
And then they are done. if an election occurs, which it's going to, whoever wins that election takes that seat.
Right.
Okay, my clarification was, I thought you were saying they were gonna mandatory, they'd have to.
No.
Okay.
If they wanted to continue, I'm
If
sorry,
they
if they wanted to
Got it.
continue.
Yeah, no, okay, thank you.
Right.
Yeah. I was assuming that they would want to continue, but that was a bad, I worded that poorly.
Well, I think a couple of people said that their candidates
Yeah,
would do this interim but not run.
Right.
okay.
I mean, I would gladly entertain, if we got three names here, I would gladly entertain a point, whether it's the next meeting or whatever, where we invited all three to get up and give a quick rundown of their, of themselves
Yeah.
and
Give the board an opportunity to ask the question.
We could, I would be prudent, we could ask a couple of questions if that was all right, and then I think that would be a good public way for people to know that how, just to see the process rather than us doing it one-on-one at, which, I think that would be a nice public way to do it, and we've got three names here. I would gladly entertain hearing all three, we can put in meditation.
Or anybody else that steps up listening to
Sure.
what's going on.
Yeah, I was, these, if there is another very interested party in this, contact us and I would open it up to, if someone wanted, maybe we put it on the agenda next month and have a.
Yes.
Nikki, why don't we put it on the agenda next month and invite anybody who wants to be on the board to attend, to address the board, please. Thank
And
you.
then to James' comment, if somebody that we didn't suggest wants to be involved, they should contact Nikki to make sure their name is up there. It's going to be.
Well, Nikki or probably Diana is, or probably, what's the best?
Well, just reach out to a board member and then we can get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gotta get it,
Even if they're saying they should publish the names.
get it before the,
We have to have a cutoff, up to whenever we publish the agenda and move on.
Like the 1st of March or something.
Vicky, what would work for you? It's the second Tuesday.
I was just thinking, when is our next board meeting?
Hang on.
It's gonna be the 10th again, because it's 28 days in February.
yeah, you're right.
I think March 1st is fair.
Yeah, so, anybody that's gonna see this is gonna know pretty quick, and if they want to, well, then get a hold of you before March and we'll listen and to, whatever, if anybody can stand up and give a quick rundown of, just a kind of a quick resume of themselves, how long they've been at Pompey.
I don't know how other boards have done this. I've never experienced it, so.
Well, it all depends. I mean,
Yeah.
we represent a board that's been a 4-member board for about a year and a half and they're perfectly content with it. It's long, there's people that are on the left and the right and they're content with it, this is a perfectly acceptable process. The reality is, it's what the 4 of you are most comfortable with, because for this particular process, it's the 4 of you that are voting. In November, it'll be the public, but
Exactly.
so whatever you guys are comfortable with is, so again, complying with open meetings law. You're fine to do it however you want to.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it seems like we're pretty much in agreement. Do we need a motion to kind of,
No,
no?
this isn't a motion.
You can just put it on the agenda and invite.
While we're on the subject of vacancies, zoning board also has vacancies still, so I've been looking for candidates.
How many did they get, just one or one
Yeah.
for the zoning board?
Yep. Yeah, Kevin Sharp, did not run again, so. Looking to still fill his.
And I think his term was 2030, so, right? He decided not to run to that vacancy, I think is 4 years.
Yeah, his term was up this
Right.
year and he decided not to do it again, so. Yeah,
So if there's people out there interested in the zoning board, they ought to approach one of us also.
or the planning board, or the zoning board, Dave Tessier, right? Yeah, Dave Tessier or Dave Hale.
Dave House, Open Code.
Okay. So Diana has been busy this month with meetings. I found out that I'm on the board for the SOTS. In fact, I found out I'm the vice chair. So we had a SOTS meeting last week. And there's a couple of, we went through this last year where there were some people that needed refunds because they have dumpsters or something, but Tom Chartrand's working on that with Bob Demore, who's the attorney. And we just signed the voucher to pay that. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
All right. I have also met with the insurance agent for our liability insurance. So that's going along. We are going to be up for reassessment with them. I said they guess they come in and they revalue everything every 3 years.
Yeah,
So I think we're up for that.
well, for equipment, I already did that with them.
Okay, I think he was talking about doing the building.
Oh, the building, oh, okay.
Yep. So I did that. And what else? Met with KVAC last night. Apparently the town supervisor is also on the board of directors for KVAC. So I went there last night. They have a shortage of drivers, so if anybody is interested in volunteering at KVAC, they need drivers, okay? I have meetings next week with the fire chief of Manlius, and I also have meetings with health insurance people to discuss our health insurance, to see if we can get some cheaper rates, save the town some money. Did I forget anything?
I don't think so.
I've been busy.
Sounds like it.
And I will continue to be busy because my goal is to totally understand the ins and outs of how the town works. So that we can get things accomplished, make sure we're up on board. Right. Town councilors report. Oh, wait, I have one more thing. Sorry. It wasn't on the agenda. The ECC board. They're asking for us to. Only one member can go now. They want to go to the 37th annual planning symposium. They wanted originally 4, but there's only 1 available. Early registration is $85. The deadline is February 13th. Can we pull that off?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I need a motion to allow us to pay $85 for 1 member of the ECC board to attend the Onondaga County Planning Federation Symposium.
Try to recap that. I'll make a motion to pay $85 to the Onondaga County Planning Symposium to send 1 member of the ECC.
Yep.
Yes,
I'll second it.
I believe that member will be Kathy Bertucci. Is that how you say it? Bertucci. Thank you.
There were 7 of you, 7 last year who went because I went through the vouchers today. So there's only 1 this year.
Yeah, originally they asked for 4, but she sent me an email today and she's the only one that's available to go that day. So it's just gonna be the
So
1.
just the 1.
We already did the Onondaga County Water Conservation thing, right? Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, counselor's report. James?
Well, only one thing which I really was gonna last month and I forgot. I know I think I've heard it from the Historical Society was not planning on doing the Christmas thing next year that the town usually does. And so therefore, if they're gonna do anything here, it's going to be up to somebody else. I was the only one that showed up at it and was kind of there, and I would like to, a lot of time before Christmas, but I would like, if there, any public has any thoughts on that, I would like to hear that in the next few months. I mean, the thinking is every place, there's so many places doing Santa now and so many things, it's like you got them at Heritage Hill, you got them up at the Chicken Ranch, so there's a lot of options now, and they felt like it was not getting attended like it used to, so is it worth it for, is it still valuable to have a tree lighting and a Santa Claus thing here at the town hall? That's the question. The Historical Society has decided it's not, and they've been the ones that have been in charge of it for the long as, I guess, for a long time. So they're not going to, if it's going to happen, it's going to be done by somebody else. I am willing to take that, but I do know it has been slower developed and there's a lot of options out there. So if anybody in the public wants to reach out to me and say, yes, we really want this to happen, well, I'm going to be needing some help to make it happen. Otherwise, it probably is not going to happen. So I guess that's really the thing. It probably is not going to happen next year unless people step up and want to help me. I'm willing to take it and try to run with it. But if not, it's going to go wayside. So there's several, this is early in the year, a lot of time to think about it. But if people hear this and want to get involved and figure, got a lot of time to think about it, it's an open thought. Otherwise, it's probably going to not happen.
All right, so thank you.
Sorry if that was long.
We know your James. I also failed to mention that we are in the process of getting domain name changed. The state requires any town that has over 1,500 people that we have to have a .gov website address, and ours is a .org. So we are in process of a .gov. So it'll eventually be PompeyNY.gov to get to our website, but we'll make sure we get that information out.
Does that affect the?
No, it does not affect the email yet. I made sure of that. They asked me if I wanted it to, and I said no. I also was talking, I have 2 contacts with the people that are taking over the Cass College project. And we were told initially that the pool was never again going to be operational. The new group that's purchasing it is thinking about revamping the pool. So we may be able to get swimming lessons back.
That'd be
Okay,
great.
more to come.
That makes me excited.
And the meeting that we had February 1st
Yes.
was regarding grant writers, and Dave, I'm gonna let you lead the ball.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, so there's 2 things I was going to talk about tonight. One is fire department in Manlius, and the second was the discussion about how we're going to try to solve the problem we have with all of the papers and trying to get them to the cloud. So the first thing, the fire department, my understanding is we found out very recently Manlius is trying to conduct a fire consolidation plan of Manoa, Fayetteville, and Manlius. And there's a study that's going to be conducted in a board. And unfortunately, Pompey was not invited to be participating in that board or have any say, even though the north end of Pompey is covered by Manlius and we pay a boatload of money to the Manlius Fire Department. So granted, as I said before, we met with them, asked them to involve us because it affects a lot of our residents, myself included, and Jim and Dave, to be specific, as well as everyone else that live in that category down there. And I think everybody's seen great service. I don't think that's the issue. The issue for me is we continue to almost be an afterthought. And even though we've gone down, we've tried to establish a relationship. It seems like they either forgot about us, but I'm going to go to the meeting tomorrow and make sure that they don't forget about us. So that's the way I'm going to try to address that on behalf of the board and the residents that have interaction with the town of Pompey Fire Department. Secondly, the document storage discussion. You guys have all been here. You've heard me talk about it. We've all talked about it. 10 days ago, we had a meeting and we looked at all the proposals that we've received through the request for proposal process that we followed. And we made a decision to move forward with Barton and LaJudas. Barton and LaJudas is a professional engineering firm. They offer engineering services along with a number of other services. I met with Ken Knutson and Dan Theobald, and both of whom work for Ken did the presentation last month for us. And so we're going to move forward with immediately trying to have them assist us to understand what's available and how to procure specific grants for the document storage. And the other thing that we're looking at is to revamp the master plan. Revamping the master plan is going to be a longer process. There's going to be much more involvement. We're going to have to, as a board, talk about how we want to handle that, talk about, you know, the planning community piece, all of the boards that represent the town of Pompey, and codes enforcement, BR, you're going to be involved. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to have to come to the table and share their thoughts on what we'd like to see different for the master plan for Pompey. So just want to give everybody an update on what we did 10 days ago, where we're at today. We are going to need, I think we're going to need to make a resolution to sign their agreement to move forward with Barton and LaJudas, but I didn't get it on the agenda because I hadn't scheduled the meeting until after the agenda was posted. So I'm thinking that next month I'm going to have to put together a resolution that we move forward with the engineering firm and bring it before the board.
You can do it tonight.
If you want to do it tonight, you can do it tonight. You
You
posted
don't have to have a
the
written
public
resolution,
meeting.
you can just.
Okay.
It's a professional service, which is
Okay,
in compliance with the procurement policy.
okay. Then I'm making,
Just
Yeah,
a question.
sure.
Were you able to ascertain about the payment upfront? Was it the full shot up front?
It isn't.
It's not,
It isn't.
okay. That
Yeah,
was
it's gonna
the
be-
question we had.
yep, it's gonna be, there were two questions that Phil asked me to, when I met with Barton and LaJudas to find out. How are we gonna pay them? Do we have to pay them up front? And the answer is no, it's a progress billing. As they accrue hours, they're gonna bill the town. And secondly, what is the schedule? And the schedule is gonna be predicated upon when the grants for those two specific things are due. They believe that the document storage grant is gonna be due at the end of March. So it behooves us, and that was the reason we met on Sunday, to talk about it, come to a consensus on how to move forward. So from a scheduling standpoint, the document one is gonna be first. And they're gonna, I'm sure, spend a lot of time trying to understand what's involved, how are they gonna do it, how are they gonna position us to win the funds that are available, which will then save the taxpayers a lot of money. I think the estimates we got were anywhere from $70,000 to $90,000 to scan the documents, to put them in the cloud, and they'll represent the documents of this town and this town only, just to be clear. Nikki, I'm sure they're gonna be reaching out to
I
you.
was just thinking that.
Once we, you probably have the best handle on what's going on with all
Yeah.
the documents and
Yeah.
where they are and what needs to be done.
Yeah.
So anyhow, so I make a motion that we move forward with Barton and LaJudas sign their letter of agreement, and it was for not to exceed $10,000 for Barton and LaJudas to move forward with the two grants that were listed, the documents grant and the master planning grant.
I'll second motion.
Okay.
Discussion.
The discussion is, and we can use them for other grants going forward, that they're basically gonna be our grant writer, but we get to kind of oversee what they're, what grants we're going for. It's not, they're not just going, we kind of pick and choose so that they can, we have control over the cost, but it's going for things that we
Future
need.
grant business will be based on
Like-
the performance.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, they're a professional engineering firm that can also provide additional substance around engineering and other things we have with respect to planning that will be critical in what we're trying to achieve.
So one of my concerns that will be in the meetings, my number one concern is most grants, you have to have money up front. And I didn't want us to go out and just apply for every grant out there because we don't have the money in the budget to just match funds. with it, so we have to be smart about it.
That is true.
Right, and if they get us the grant, but it's like, we got a couple of 20 grand up front, we have the right to say, no, we'll
Correct.
pass.
Correct.
Okay,
Good.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes, Bartholomew Jones, with the cherry. So,
Yes.
Johnny, the topic of auditing the town has come up before, so I have reached out. I actually, social occasion, met somebody from the controller, New York State Controller's Office. And we were just discussing, and she said she would have somebody contact me from her office who might be able to give us some insight about how to go about it. And she kind of implied that it's kind of no cost to the town to do this. So, and it might put us in a better position for grants in the future if we're regularly audited.
I did talk to John Deere Manlius, we had talked about this exact topic. Because we were talking about how expensive audits can be. And through that organization, they're trying to get so that they will rotate towns for free and
Yeah,
do the,
that sounds consistent with what I heard.
yeah, so it's in motion.
Yeah.
It's not set yet, though.
Okay.
Okay, but thank you for thinking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Phil, who'd you meet with from the comptroller's office?
It was Sherry Owens. She's not gonna do it. She said she'd have somebody from her office reach out to me. So perhaps they could do a Zoom at the next board meeting and give their spiel.
And they do this as a free service?
That was what was implied. Yeah,
I think that'd be helpful.
Yeah.
If it could be free, that free's a lot better than the other
Yeah.
estimates we were getting.
Yeah, we've always had like 3,000 or so to do it.
It's a really good phrase out there. If it's free, it's for me.
it's cheap and twice the price.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think we're on.
Hang on one second. Do they say how deep they go or what?
We didn't get into
Foods
specifics. Yeah, no, we didn't get into
All right.
specifics. I'm hoping if they reach out to them, we can have them on the Zoom call. We can ask them that kind of questions.
That'd be great. Maybe we could do it during the board meeting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Yeah, great.
and rather than have them drive all the way up to Pompey, they could.
Yeah.
go over.
No, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I think it,
I'll definitely let you know by the first, and we can put it on the agenda for next month.
for sure.
What's that?
Mhm.
But I think we're on the right track. Okay, we're just getting started. I think hopefully we can keep the momentum going. All right, so I guess now it is time for public comments.
Nothing.
Can I just ask a question?
Public comments. That's
We
a
know,
public one.
we know who you are.
You know, everything sounds good. I just want to know, coming into going through a metal detector, when was that decided? It was a little under.
So I think that was just, our young man that's here tonight is used to
plugged it
working
in.
court night.
I-
So
Oh.
it's just automatic, so.
Because I know it's there for core, but I just thought for meeting.
Yeah, so
Okay.
thank you.
Deb, I didn't even know it worked.
I've never seen it.
Deb, I think
So-
I just thought it was for looks.
Deb, I just thought it was a shortcut to go through.
The bet is half of us set it off.
Yeah.
Every time I walk through, I'm like, I'm just gonna go around this time. Sorry.
The first officer we had that actually
I know.
plugged it in.
I think he's the only one that knows how to turn it on. It's all good. It kept us on our toes and gave us a little chuckle for the night, so thank you.
That's for sure.
So you guys are taking it easy on me 2 months in a row, I'm not sure.
No comments on Zoom or anything?
Oh, Alan?
It doesn't look like it now.
Yeah, how do we not have any comments? Jeez.
Okay, well,
Doing great.
No one's making.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Vicky?
Thank you.